Hi, I'm Chris Iveson. I'm the founder and CEO at FourJaw Manufacturing Analytics, and we are based at Pennine Five in the centre of Sheffield. So we're a fast-growing startup business, and when picking somewhere where you want to locate your business, it's actually quite a difficult thing to do, because there's so many different things that all the different team members in your business want today. But also, you're making a decision that's going to be minimum 5 years, but ideally longer than that. And so you need to be thinking, how's the business going to be changing and maturing over that period of time, and what are the needs going to be? So we made a list of lots of different things that we needed when considering where we were going to move. And it was things like we need to have car parking, we need to have flexibility of office space, so room to grow. We want to be in Sheffield's innovation spine, because that means that you've got other businesses that you can sort of bounce off and work with. And so we assembled this full list, and we went and looked around somewhere like 10 or 20 different places in Sheffield, and we decided that Pennine Five was actually the place that we wanted to be. So the space itself is great. We've been lucky that we've managed to sort of design the office to fit our business. So which has been brilliant. So we've got open plan spaces, we've got closed off meeting rooms, we've got phone booths, and we've got a great kitchen, nice big open spaces, and all of that together basically really sort of helps us to level up our business and make us it's a very comfortable place for us to be. So I think it's really important that startups are clustered together. I think it's, because I think that when you're going, especially because we're a university spin out and there's various other university spin outs who are either already in Pennine Five or moving into Pennine Five. And also there's like investment backed businesses as well. And I think when you get a bunch of businesses that are in a similar sort of stage, that are sort of built in a similar sort of way, then you've got a lot in common with these other different people. And I will often go out for just a coffee and a catch up, or even a beer and a catch up with some of the other founders, and we'll just bounce off each other. And even though our businesses do very different things in very different industries, we still go through very similar pain points. And so being located closely together very much helps with almost like, it just feels like you've got friends, which is great. So Sheffield's going through quite a change at the minute. There's lots of positive stuff going on. There's lots of stuff going on, with the mayor and with the council, and lots of developments going on. From a startups perspective, there's lots of exciting things going on as well. There's different spin outs from the university coming up. There's startups that aren't spin outs that are coming up, and there's ecosystems that are emerging. You could name all sorts of different people who are supporting the ecosystem in Sheffield. And what that means is in 5 years' time, the whole ecosystem is going to become much more mature, and hopefully there's some wild success stories in there as well. It's funny because we were only a 10-minute walk away from Pennine Five before, but just relocating, a mile away, completely changes your perception of the city and of coming to work. And so being so closely located to the centre of town just opens up lots of different stuff that you can do. For example, we will just, go off for lunch together, and there's so many different more places that you can go and have some lunch. But at the same time, having the car park, being so centrally located, but having a car park is a real plus. And there's not many office spaces in Sheffield that can offer both of those things. I think that Pennine Five is great. I think that the guys, the team at RBH are very supportive of businesses that want to move into Pennine Five. They're happy to be flexible with lots and lots of different things, because they want it full. And what that then means is you can sort of get a package that very much fits your business needs. And so I think, yeah, it's great. I would recommend it. Most unexpected perk, I think, are just the sheer number of places that you can go out for lunch. So I think we need more startups in Sheffield, with positive mindsets, because that will attract more investment into those startups in Sheffield. And if you can, just step by step kind of build that, the ecosystem again. If you can build that ecosystem, then Sheffield will thrive because startups that do well employ people, and those people tend to be quite well skilled, and that is only going to be a good thing for the city. I think so. For me, having a connected ecosystem in Sheffield is really important for businesses, because starting a business is actually and growing a business can be quite lonely, and having other people who are going on that similar journey that you can speak to and bounce off and support each other. And I love speaking to people who are further ahead than we are in their business journey, but equally see people who are just starting out, and sort of transferring knowledge and learning from each other, I think, is really, really important. We're right next door to Flux, who are another university spin out, and we share our head of finance. So he does 2 days a week for us, 2 days a week for them, and that's great because he obviously learns off both businesses, and we sort of and I know Ben, the CEO of Flux, really well, and so we all sort of have a chat, and different things come up. So when Ian's speaking to investors on behalf of Flux, he will say, "Oh, by the way, I also do, the same role for FourJaw," and so the investors then become aware of FourJaw, but he's on Flux time, and I know that he does the same in reverse when he's working for FourJaw, and so you get all sorts of benefits. And then there's all sorts of sort of bit more tactical benefits, which is if he happens to be on a Flux day but we need him, then he's only next door, so we can just go knock on and he'll come in. And so that's just one fairly small but important bit of value that comes from two similar staged businesses being co-located, and having more of that type of thing can only be a good thing.